What's going on, shopVOX universe? How's it going? Welcome to the new year 2022. I am bringing you a brand new video here as we get started and kick off 2022 with excitement, with hope. We turned the page on last year. I hope you all did great with your sales, but this year we're going to start fresh. What are you going to do differently? What are you going to do? How is your approach going to change? What are you going to do differently to improve upon the numbers that you performed last year? That's what we're going to cover here in this video, and I'm going to start with the small stuff. We're going to start with words to start with. Words to start with within 2022 that are going to help attract better conversions on all of your estimates. So you're not going to want to miss this one because this one is going to be a doozy. This is going to be phrases that basically have like a subliminal meaning behind them that are going to help generate more conversions for you when it comes to closing some more of your estimates. Now, I'm not going to give you all of them here, but this is going to be the few here that are going to help really energize your team and really start seeing a lot of those conversions there within your estimates. So let's begin. All right, so let's start with the first phrase here. The first phrase is a good one, but it's not my favorite. So let's start with that. Let's start with, I don't know if it's for you, but. You can also say, I'm not sure it's for you, but. Now, what does this phrase do? Well, first of all, this phrase causes your listener and your listener's subconscious to not only feel any pressure, but it also fires an internal driver that a decision needs to be made. So, I don't know if this is for you, but if I were in your shoes, I would do a post and panel sign right here. Again, takes the pressure off, but it lets them know that a decision to put a post and panel right here needs to be made. How about this one? How open-minded are you? You could also say, would you be open-minded to blank? This seems here like you are giving them a choice, when really here, you are just awaiting the outcome that you want. Everybody here that we know wants to be open-minded. Are you open-minded? Do you consider yourself an open-minded person? Of course you do. So this particular example here is going to work 90% in your favor because they're just going to agree with you with whatever your suggestion is at the end of the statement. For example, would you be open-minded to channel letters? Would you be open-minded to a vehicle wrap? Would you be open-minded to seeing what solution I can provide to you that's going to generate the most amount of impressions for your business? Of course they would. That's the purpose. You're leading them with a phrase that's leading them to think that there really is a decision to make when really you're just awaiting the one that you want. This one's a great one. Just imagine. Just imagine. That phrase, it opens up a sense of the subconscious again that sets up a sense of attention, right? If you cannot see yourself doing it, the chances of them doing it are slim to none. What you need to do here is you need to paint a picture in their mind by telling them some sort of story here, okay? Let them jump into the story with you to paint that picture. Just imagine the benefit that a sign like this will have over your business. Just imagine the looks on your kids' faces when they see what you've accomplished. Now, this next phrase here is a really good phrase to use for when you're doing a follow-up, right? Now, you gave your estimate to somebody, you may have sat down with them, you may have gone on that survey, whatever the case may be, but you're going to have to end up with a question. When would be a good time? That's a great phrase. When would be a good time? These very simple set of words here, it helps people get to take a look at you and your idea, okay? This basically acknowledges that there is a good time and that no here is not an option. This phrase here helps you avoid the objection, right? I'll get back to you. I'm not quite sure. Let me call you tomorrow. These are objections, okay? When would be a good time implies that there is a good time. You could also supplement that by saying, When would be a good time to get started? When would be a good time to speak next? Again, these simple phrases here, it keeps the context of this conversation in your hands. Now, this next and final one here, this is actually like really one of my favorites here. This simple word phrase that you will use going into your next year here and helping build up better conversions is basically simplifying the process of when a customer ghosts you, right? You gave them your time, you gave in your effort, you gave your design mock-up, you put together that survey, you took the time out to put together that estimate, and the customer says, "Thank you so much," and you never hear back from them in a week or two. But you also know that they haven't exactly gotten the sign made yet because you could see in their business that it's not there. So what do you do? How do you counteract that? How do you put yourself in a situation where you can come out on top? Well, you can start by using this simple word phrase. I'm guessing you haven't gotten around to blank. Again, this simple phrase here. I'm guessing you haven't gotten around to blank. This is how you can make contact to take that next step on a follow-up. This phrase allows the customer to save face. It prevents them to use any excuses that they think that they may have to use to avoid you, right? We've all been there. We know we've all heard that my grandmother died, or we've all heard many different excuses like I've just been really busy. We've heard it all. We've heard one too many in our careers. But because you start the conversation by being bold, and in a way that you start the conversation by giving them the excuse that they are planning to use, okay, this leaves them with nowhere to go. It leaves them with nowhere to go within the conversation. There's one of two outcomes here. I'm guessing that you haven't gotten around to. That phrase will lead to one of two desired outcomes. One, either they feel proud that they did do what they promised, which likely isn't the case. Or two, they are embarrassed here that they didn't, okay? I'm guessing that you haven't gotten around to making a decision, okay? Either way, you've provided the excuse to the customer to use so that you're not going to get some made up excuse back. It's either yes, or yes you did, or no you did not. So these real simple word phrases, right? These are really interesting phrases on how you can coach your sales team or yourself on how to approach your customers when it comes to converting on some of your estimates. It's a very simple procedure. You'll want to practice a couple of these, and there's many more, mind you. There are many more phrases that you can implement into your strategy here. There are many more. There are more like that are designed to get into the subconscious of the customer and to direct the sale exactly how you intend by simply manipulating the answer that you want getting to you. So there's many of these, but you're going to want to practice these in your sales approach before you're able to master them. In the next couple of videos, we'll be giving you some more here. We're going to be giving you some more phrases that you can use throughout the year, but start with these few and then see how you do. See how you progress, and then you'll probably want to be asking me for more when you see how great these are working out as far as your estimates go, as far as converting on these estimates. So thank you so much for watching this video. Happy 2022 to all of you here at shopVOX and the shopVOX universe, and all of our sign shop managers and owners out there. I really am looking forward to a really captivating year here. The page has turned, people. The page has turned. What are you going to do that's different than what you did last year to improve? That's what we're going to be covering a lot here this year on this channel. So you're going to want to like, you're going to want to hit that like button, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button to find out when another video from me on that topic is going to be dropping and hitting your mobile phones and your tablets and your computers at will. I'm Peter with shopVOX. Look forward to seeing all your feedback, and I really look forward to seeing how these simple word phrases turn out for you in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned. And like always, everybody, stay positive out there.